I told y'all Kanye was the GOAT. I told y'all Kanye was the GOAT. Don't ever speak on Kanye's name again.
Thank you.
You don't speak on Kanye's name. You don't speak on Kanye's name. You never did. Akaash was always true.
Son,
I love
Dove.
I know the truth, yo.
Dove, Shana Tova.
Thank you.
Okay? Happy New Year, Dove.
Son, Drake let y'all
Okay.
down, boy. Drake let y'all down.
Yo, Drake let y'all down on Jewish New Year. Okay?
Oh my God, it's Jewish New Year.
It's Jewish New Year.
That's off to a rocky start, bruh.
Yes. Tana Shabbat. What is it? How do you say it?
Shana Tova.
Who gives a fuck? Kanye is back.
Yes.
Okay?
Let's
Y'all
go.
are haters. You're a hater.
Son, baby
You're
up.
a
Baby
hater.
up. Come on. Stop it. You got
That
baby.
was true
Yes,
always.
let's go.
It's just Mark.
go.
Son, Mark was a hater.
What did I
Mark
say?
was not a-
You ain't shit, Mark. You ain't shit.
Yo, you are a hater.
You don't know
son.
music, son.
Yo, this guy don't know music,
know
bro.
music.
He's too young, yo.
Son, he was bumping CLB the whole fucking weekend, just
What a
flicking his
dork.
bean.
What a dork, yo. What a dork.
It's October season. It's October season or whatever.
Son, he's like, oh, us girls love other girls. Like,
I'm a lesbian.
Flipping his hair.
I'm a lesbian.
Flipping his hair.
You guys told me I'm a lesbian all the time.
B.
Finally.
You're not gonna do it.
Yeah.
Put some respect on Kanye, son. Let's put some
Son,
respect.
This is a podcast that respects greatness.
Yeah.
all right?
Motherfucker's
You
a
don't.
genius.
Yeah.
He's a genius.
Genius.
Son,
Son,
Let's
we were in
go.
the green room trying to convince Mark.
Yup.
This motherfucker would not take it, right? How many songs we have to play?
Son, we almost went through the whole album.
Who was DJing even?
I think it might have been
Oh,
Mark.
it was Mark.
It
All
might
right,
have been
all right. Maybe Mark was on board. I forget exactly what.
Mark. He's going back for back, son.
But
I think we know who wasn't on board.
Who?
Actually.
Who
Could it be?
Hippocrates' very own.
Oh, yay, yay! Jesus, what is it, King? What is it called?
Jesus
Yeah.
is king. That was
Jesus
one of
King,
him.
man. Yay, got it, bro. Yay got me back this weekend.
Yes, let's go.
Yay got me back.
Talk about
Let's
it.
go.
Talk about it.
Let's go.
Okay.
Told y'all, motherfuckers.
It really
bro.
comes down to the fact that I have, until this weekend, no respect for the production of music. That's really what
Literally
it comes down
70
to.
hours ago.
Yeah,
I'm baffled by how much he doesn't know about Kanye.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah. I thought it was a fucking Casio electric piano, and you just hop on there and right? And then you got beats, right? I've seen Scott Storch make the beat live, and
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this isn't a
That shit
skill.
seemed mad easy.
This is the easiest thing I've ever seen, right? And then we started playing Kanye,
Yep.
right? Whose ideas was this? It was probably Al's idea, definitely not Mark. We started playing Kanye next to CLB. We do one for one.
Okay.
And the production is not even close.
It's not even close, dude. I'm telling you, if you listen on AirPods to Kanye, the first time you're probably like, eh. But if you listen in a car with the shit turned up or
Yep.
here on a loud ass speaker, then it hits you differently.
That's
it's like
stadium
oh,
music.
This
Son,
is different.
Stadium music.
Son, it is. And then we started listening to it and comparing it to like other songs, non-Kanye. We're doing a Kanye song versus another song from just another time, right? Another
Yeah.
time period. Like we would play like,
Yeah, we played Slick Rick or something
Did
like
we
that.
really?
Yeah, we threw it back.
we were throwing back. We were going like maybe Biggie shit. And like,
Yeah.
again, we're just talking about the production. We're going to
Yes.
get to the bars in a second. We're just talking about the production. Obviously, music has evolved, right? But it is just so transparent that he is doing something different. And now I start to understand him talking about how oh, I'm a genius, I'm the next Steve Jobs, etc. I guess
Yeah.
musically speaking,
Yeah.
he was doing that.
Yes.
I didn't notice the difference because I'm not, playing them back to back.
Yeah.
Right? I'm just going, and for me, I'm more drawn to bars.
Yes.
As someone who's literally for a living uses bars.
And we know
Right?
Kanye as a rapper. That's how we started. We came up with Kanye as a rapper. He did his own beats, yeah, but you called him a rapper before you called him a producer.
I knew him
You
as
always
a
called
rapper
him a producer first?
Yeah, producer.
I knew him as
Fair
a rapper
enough.
first.
Yeah.
I didn't know
I
him
mean,
as
yeah,
a
the
producer.
casual, like, not like the.
Oh, he called you a casual.
No, but like the casual rap fan knew him as a rapper. Like,
Yeah.
you had
Yeah.
to be a deep cut rap dude
Yeah.
to know, oh, yeah, he produced first.
Yeah, like I didn't know about, like I only knew Pharrell produce, and I knew Timbaland produce, and I knew Swiss Beats produce.
Yes.
You just thought it was three producers.
That's
the whole
it. I
rap.
thought
I
there
knew
was
there's
only
other
three
producers, but
So
those
I
are the
thought
guys.
Diddy produced, and I found out he didn't. He was just like, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Wait,
like,
so
he
what
was-
happened when it was like, yo, murder on a beat? What'd you think that was?
I thought that was Timbaland. I thought it was Timbaland, Pharrell, or Swiss Beats.
No, there's a fourth. the Asian guy that produces with Pharrell.
That's Pharrell.
Oh yeah,
That's Pharrell. That's Pharrell. Okay.
I think Pharrell, yeah. Pharrell consumed him, and that's why he's so young. He just absorbed the Asianness, and he hasn't aged since. I think that you had those 3 people producing, and I really did not think there were any other producers back in the day. I knew there were, but it just didn't seem that crazy.
It's 3 that are clearly above everybody else.
Okay, so his production is just on a different level.
Yeah.
Now, there's a bunch of trash songs on the album. There's a bunch of skips on Donda. There's no question.
Correct.
But when a slapper comes on,
Ooh, it's clear.
just production. We're not talking about bars. Everybody at home, this Super Drake stan. We're gonna get there in a second. Okay, just production. Nothing on CLB comes close.
Yeah.
Close.
No.
Like you can't do it.
And
like,
there's a lot of YouTube comments saying like, "Oh, CLB sounds the same." I don't know about that, but I was like, "Oh shit, Kanye does try to do different things all the time.
Every
album, even if he misses, he does attempt to do something
He
different.
takes swings, big swings.
And then we shit on him for the misses, but you also got to give respect when you step back and be like, you know what? He tried. He tried to do something different, and he really is. Much shit as he talks about trying to change everything, he's really pushing the envelope.
I don't give points for try. I give points for success. So,
Fair.
but more often than
I'll
not,
give respect for
He has way more wins.
I respect. I just don't give you points. I'm like, okay, that's brave because you got so much on the line. But if it doesn't sound good, it doesn't sound good. But more often than not in his career, which I think you're trying to say, also is like he's succeeded in doing some brand new shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's like, what if you knew my type of comedy, and then all of a sudden I put out a new album that's just one-liners?
Yeah.
But it was so fire, you're like, oh shit, that's what comedy is now.
Yeah.
And that's what he had done musically.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going through my little Hippocrates moment, right? Where I'm starting to, and it's just so blatant. It's in my face. We're listening to song after song. We're listening to fucking Power. And we're noticing, like, literally in the first second, something happens musically. In the first second, sonically, something happens, and you're like, I need to see where this goes.
Yeah.
He grabs you by your fucking throat, and he just yanks you down into a sofa.
Got it.
And he's like, sit down, see where this goes. I wish we could play now. We get demonetized, but like, I wish we could play certain songs right now, and you'll notice in the first second, he's not taking his fucking time.
We were in the green room for probably like 2-3 hours just Kanye it out. Kanye it out is crazy.
It was 4 hours.
Really? Oh,
The
shit.
show was, I think, went from like
and
8
ended at like 10.
to 10. And we were there for 4 straight hours just playing Yay and then bangers from back in the day that we fucking love.
And then having fun and engaged the whole time.
The whole time. And then just like having discussion about it and like understand what's going on. Again, we're just talking about production, right?
And then also thinking about the generational component too. Like
Go.
listening to like College Dropout, you're like, oh, this came out in 2004. Let's play something else from 2004.
And when you do it,
And it's not even like in the same league.
and then say the point you about producing music back then versus now.
Oh yeah, especially back in the day.
This was an interesting point.
You had to go to the record store, pull out records, and then try to find the sample on a record
shit.
player and listen to it and be like,
shit.
I've never even heard this song, or like my granddad used to play this song, and now I'm like trying to find this little snippet, or like I'm listening to the drum break and then speeding it up, and like you had to go out and do work. Nowadays,
And like just to clarify, you had another system where you would record those sounds onto, and then you could take those sounds you recorded and put them into the track that you're building.
yeah, you're recording onto a tape from
It's
a
Lego.
record.
You're literally doing it Lego.
Yeah.
Now everything's through the computers and you're adding all these
And you
different
gotta go
sounds.
fucking find the Lego pieces at the store. It's not even today Lego shit where you order on Amazon and it's shipped right to you.
Yeah.
It's work, dog.
That's
I
why,
didn't
like,
even think about
one
that.
song on one of Kanye's old albums where he's like, oh, Common skipped on this beat. I turned it into a jam. Like, imagine how upset you are when you take like hours and hours making a fucking beat and somebody passes on that shit. It's like, motherfucker, this was a week.
That's why he had the ego. That's why people were like, he was like, yeah, he's a piece of shit to work with, or he's real annoying. It's like, dude, his life.
Yeah.
He was back and forth to the record store.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
100%.
nonstop, like buying old trash records because there was one fucking sound. Again,
That car accident, probably because that motherfucker was just getting home from. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's hard to make a Kanye beat now. It's
Yeah.
like next to impossible to make it 15
back
years
in the
ago.
day.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm starting to understand where this ego comes from because he's like, I'm doing something that's so different than everything else that's going on. Okay, Dubs, we'll get
How
back.
old is Kanye West that he's going to the record store and getting him Napster and started mixing beats from samples from?
Bro, he's making tracks in 2002. Like,
Son, but he's taking songs from the 50s, 60s, 70s.
You don't think those things were online by then?
No, they weren't.
So this is
dog.
why y'all get kicked out of every country. We're having a fun fucking discussion. A fun fucking discussion.
I'm just-
and then you just get...
You got to defend Drake. That's his guy.
Napster.
Throw up
Napster,
the blue
bro.
square.
Just relax, okay?
You still got to find, even if it's Napster, you
I
got to
get
find
it.
the shit,
I'm just-
downloading it
I'm
takes mad
protecting
long.
you guys.
So production, crazy, we all agree.
Yes.
Right? And I think when I was talking to Mark about the album, we're talking about CLB, and like my feeling was the album CLB was better, right? The whole album was better. And then Mark said, he goes, yeah, but the Donda had higher highs.
Yes.
Which I completely agree with. There's some peaks in Donda, but also some fucking valleys. Whereas CLB is just kind of like across the board, pretty good.
I did not feel that way.
We'll get to. I want to hear your point about it. But this is just production. I think we're on the same page. The dude is really good at production. I understand his ego. He was doing something that was way different. He was also deciding what music was going to be. The people started kind of trying to copy him after what he did. Like he truly innovated the art. I understand the ego a little bit more now. Let's talk about bars. He's a bad rapper.
Kanye?
Yeah.
Truly.
And I want to.
He wasn't always the one. I don't understand how he got so bad.
I do. I know why.
Disagree.
I know why. We were listening to the songs, and for me, what makes somebody a good rapper, it's not only the skill of the rap. Like Eminem has a skill.
Yeah.
Right. He can rap. He can do the math. If rap was math, he could do it better than anybody.
Yeah.
But it's how connected are you to the bars? How authentic is what you're saying? And also, how aspirational is it for the listener? And aspirational doesn't necessarily mean a boat. Like when Eminem was talking about like killing his mom and shit like that, that's aspirational for a lot of like angsty white kids. They're like, I want to kill my mom too.
Yeah.
Fuck my mom, right? So when a comedian like Louis C.K. was saying "fuck my kids," there was a lot of parents like,
it's
fuck
making
them kids.
people feel. It's making people connect on an emotional level.
Yes, because of authenticity.
Yes.
Right. Early Kanye, when he was talking about his issues with women, was authentic. When he was talking about them being either gold diggers or them like flipping on him, they didn't want to give him some pussy, and then all of a sudden they started giving him some pussy. His kind of like animosity, for lack of a better word, to women is very authentic and real. Like Kanye feels a certain way about women, and it's not surprising to me that he married Kim. Like he married the girl that is how he feels about women. He feels like they're only care about material things.
Yeah.
Like they may or may not be whores or have sex on camera. Like his view of women is the woman he ended up with. Right. And anytime he's talking about women, I mean, there's a line, I forget which song it is, where he talks about like the abortions that he had. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's a distinct line. It's from way back, but like 3 of mine are in heaven right now or something like that. And it was just like, it's like a potent line.
Right.
It was truly authentic. Everything else that he does, especially his recent stuff, is putting on an identity that isn't true to him. The MAGA hat thing isn't true, right? The fucking, now I'm into religious. Like, yeah, maybe he's into God and that kind of stuff, but it feels forced. Like, he's just seeking identity because he doesn't really have an identity. Because his true way to communicate is through the music.
I'll take that a little bit further. It's the part of Kanye, even beyond women, we identified with was the chip on his shoulder. He had a massive chip on his shoulder about, everybody needs to go to college and I'm going to drop out and y'all think I ain't shit for it? Fuck you. Here's an entire album about why I'm smart for not going to college. And you feel that. I was overlooked in the rap game. Nobody wanted to sign me. He has a fucking 10-minute outro on College Dropout about his whole career. That shit, you felt something. Kanye has to have a chip. And that chip could be applied to women. It could be applied to college. It could be applied to the rap game. And that's where you're like, so to your point, I don't necessarily think it's just women, but I think you are like, when Kanye has a chip. And now he's on top. He's got his respect.
Yeah, so now, exactly. So like he needed the chip. He needed to be the underdog. It's almost like Bernard Hopkins. This is a random reference, but remember when he was boxing, like he needed to be the underdog. And when he became a hero, it wasn't the same.
Yeah.
He needed to kind of like troll. And Kanye kept saying, I'm the fucking GOAT. I'm a genius. And then we were like, yeah, you're a genius. And then he was like, fuck.
Yeah.
What do I do? Do I make you hate me so I can win you over again? MAGA hat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how do I find a way where I can prove myself? You know? And
Life of Pablo, everybody counted him out at that point. He had a couple that we
shit.
weren't. Yeezus, I think probably if we listen back now, we think it was good, but a lot of people were like, this ain't good.
Yeah.
And I think then he was like, fuck it. All right, y'all counted me out. Let's go.